You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
Plenty things can happen at the country where the news can capture from politics, the economy, and other human interest issues them. Some of them issues here can take inside different newspaper them during the week. This make Liberty Online Television. They bring you the Liberty Newspaper Review. Inside this program, we go bring analysts them for look at the most trending topic them inside the newspaper for the week and analyze them for make sense to the public. This will be every Friday, 12 o'clock afternoon on Liberty Television. Watch out for Liberty Newspaper Review. Plenty things can happen at the country where the news can capture from politics, the economy, and other human interest issues them. Some of them issues here can take inside different newspaper them during the week paper review. Inside this program, we go bring analysts them for look at the most trending topic them.
All right, very good afternoon and welcome to Liberty Newspaper Review. They come to you every Friday, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Of course, we all know for the past weeks, we don't come here with different specialists them, particularly when it comes to newspaper operation or newspaper journalism, we don't come for discussion issue, we don't happen around the country. We all know during the week or during the month or every day, plenty things they happen at this country. So I don't know, one country where plenty of people believe say, news they happen every day and journalists and they get news for carry every day. But now the way they don't write everything at the week, Friday we can carry so bring Master Sabi people them from the newspapers, particularly the editors or the publisher them for different newspaper them for can discuss some of the issue then they you know so newspapers so man can just write few words, maybe 500 words, 1,000, 1,500. But when we carry so we can look at some of the issue then they analyze them better, particularly in the interest of the people of this country. So today I did at the studio again with two gentlemen, them one regular voice and face, and again another regular voice. So when I don't say a prominent journalist, but today for the very first time, I can also now Liberty Online TV. Me na Alex Lawrence Koroma will bring you the program this afternoon. This is Liberty Online TV. They get to now with different platforms, then Facebook, YouTube, and other. Different platform the way they get Liberty. Members say you can send a message, a comment on the thing that we discuss now the program this afternoon. At this time, let me welcome my studio guest. Welcome for the stranger winner for the very first time in the Kaya. And name is Salute Jan Jallo, the managing editor for Times SL Sierra Leone. When I renowned newspaper in this country. A very good afternoon. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Alex Lawrence Kuma. Good afternoon to viewers and listeners. I'm happy to be here this afternoon. I want to tell the management of Liberty Online TV plenty thanks for this opportunity. I'm impressed. I'm the first time this for Canada Studio, and I only follow Liberty TV, and I want to commend them for the good work that they do for as far as bringing the news to the doorstep of people of this country.
Of course, if you don't follow Salute Jan Jallo, a renowned writer, analyst, and a journalist we can cut across both print and electronic media. He there this afternoon for discuss on government issues, and we all know he's also critical with government. And of course, the critical man, where every day we come, he will give me one where I remember. The last one I remember, he tell me say APC, then they land corruption. SLP the campaign and corruption. So I still remember that one day. So now I get on at the studio again this afternoon for help me with the discussion on things that happened this week. He is Ibrahim Alusan Kamara, the managing editor for Salon Compass newspaper. We all know how critical he is, and you, of course, you don't follow him. You know, say then refer to Mr. No Nonsense Man. He believe in professionalism, so that's why we engage some of them people there. So get them views. Them views not associate them views to any political thinking or political beliefs. These are professional journalists. Then they talk in the interest of the people of this country. Very good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers. I'm glad for the back today.
All right. Well, like I said earlier on, many things happen. Plenty things happen during the week. You know, we don't see harvesting that take place. We don't see disaster what happened last week. Rescue teams still they gone for try for rescue people them. Many other things and stories, but I think some of the key things that we'll go look at them. And one we'll go look at now, one way get for do with the president in farm harvesting way he do, where also a serious concern, whether it's positive or negative. Many people believe say this is a perfect symbolic presentation for address the issue of angry, where this government one of them focus na feed salon. So I believe say if the president don't take that step, I don't make this analysis 1 or 2, but I will start with you, Tijan. If the president don't make this effort, he don't clear him, other people for copy from him. And this again, I'm a step in, a perfect step for go before for the field salon program we government introduce. First, President Bill in farm harvest, where he do. What do you want to take on now?
Thank you, Mr. Alex Lawrence Kuma. The harvest with the president recently, to me, is a step in the right direction. But on the other hand, what you go get for ask for the Sierra Leonean they understand. What's not the message the president they try to send? Is he sending a message that people should focus on agriculture and that agriculture should be considered to be at the mainstay or to develop the economy? Or is it a way of advertising or popularizing the president's own farming activities where they do? And if you try to ask, what are the results behind the president's in farming activities? Is the president's farming activities being used as a model for exports, agricultural products out of Sierra Leone will bring income for the country? Has ever that been happening since the president came in office? No, we will not see that happen yet. But on the other hand, it's a very good initiative because even when late President Ahmed Tijan Kaba been there, he been talking to people for make garden, everybody for make garden. People be saying about talk, they be saying about talk, they take out for me bad talk. Agriculture is good for development of any country. If you watch other countries, then we don't develop. Billionaires in the world, they are farmers. But if you watch Sierra Leone, be not serious in farming activities. The reason being, people don't believe that they should go to the farm to do farming activities. And the culture we Sierra Leone on the practice over the years is that will not for develop. Is it that Sierra Leone a cost nation that will not for develop? Other countries and they push and they progress, and we still behind. Now, if the president demonstrates this kind of leadership, let's watch and see, let we analyze. What are the price of even the local commodities in the market? You know they go down. It's still continue for skyrocket. So at the end of the day, they ask yourself the question: is it a sincerity behind the purpose, or is the president being using this idea just for showcasing he gets farm or that agriculture can push this country forward? Because a few days ago, I listened to a video evidence of some machineries which were procured since 2018, and those machines then go and pack them on one side of Falaba. Then pack them on one side of Falaba. These are agricultural machineries where for use for the people of Falaba district, we therefore will use them for agricultural purpose. But from 2018, when the machinery they come, they go hide them in one bush. They take tarpaulin, then cover them. A gentleman who traveled to Falaba district recently discovered those machines. He took videos of them and he spread on social media. If Sierra Leone is a serious nation, we're ready for fight, corruption. I think people should be held responsible for those machines. These are machines, them I believe say, even if we not put some money there, taxpayers' monies have been involved from other countries. Or maybe these were sent to us through grants. You can't tell. Or maybe these were sent to us through loan. You can't tell. But now those machines, they know they under for 2018 in the language. And nobody will take any serious action against that. You see, so you ask yourself, are we serious in boosting agriculture in this country. Because government, they tell you, if you read the national budget, government is saying they spend money on agriculture. But even the money government is spending on agriculture, they see them. Because even the local produce them, it's too expensive in the market. Even rice, when they buy rice, when they get a quality bag of rice for now, they spend over $1 million. So at the end of the day, you ask yourself, where are we heading as a nation? And agriculture, if really we are ready to focus for invest on agriculture, but not only to invest, but to ensure that there is proper monitoring of government resources.
Right, let's just take this sentence from Awareness Times, where they say, commentators have opined that the president's action showcase his commitment to diversifying the economy of the land through agriculture. Now you make mention of the president in farm where you go harvest. If now one way will lead to exportation, if now one way will lead to economic diversification and all that. But this right and Awareness Times, they say, it already shows say the president want to diversify the economy. You believe that?
I'll tell you, say, the president only went there, he demonstrated that for show leadership. Okay. That he's a leader and that he wants investors, local investors or foreign investors to come and invest in Sierra Leone on agriculture. But to me, the harvest of the president not send any message as if it will bring any income, because agriculture, if the agriculture they bring income for your country, we are in the foreign exchange, they get balance of payment, then you go tell me, see, this agriculture don't bring benefits to this nation. But at the end of the day, let's watch the situation at which Sierra Leone finds itself presently. What are we exporting as a nation? Virtually, we import nearly everything from other countries. And if you talk about serious farmers or serious farming business institution in this country, we don't have them. Just take like one, if you mention the only PC and Sons, they do large-scale farming in this country on agricultural produce, for which we commend them, because the large-scale farming produce so then they do, at least they will export them to other countries, and then they bring income. You understand? So now this is that kind of farming they want. Not to farming where somebody to go and demonstrate. Now one small backyard garden, like for see,
like President Bion.
No, well, why are they talk so? I know go see. I know be particular about the president. I don't tell you say the president and leadership in the tribe for sure.
That's one symbolic.
Yeah, leadership. Yeah, because if you watch the farm where they go harvest, that farm they not even do for waiting the president in village where we get for it for the year or you understand. So what's in Siam now a demonstration of leadership.
So in other words, you impressed with the action?
I'm impressed with the action but only if the action goes with sincerity. Because at the end of the day, why they say with sincerity? Because you see leaders, they go into these activities, they do them for let them get public attention that they are they focus on this. Don't forget the days of Ernest Bai Koroma, the eras of Ernest Bai Koroma of the previous APC government. What we saw, they invested a huge amount of money in agriculture. And it's going to go to the extent he appointed one of the world 100 scientists, when Professor Monti-Jos of Blessed Memory, he will not again. He can't wait, that man he invents a whole rice, Nerika, new rice for Africa. That was the man, the scientist who invented that rice. He can't enable transform agriculture for better. But if he can't do well, but he can't enable do well. So you ask yourself, is Sierra Leone the cost nation? Because you see Sierra Leoneans, they out of Sierra Leone, they are put in a better position and they perform excellently. But when they can't do now in Sierra Leone, they don't able to do anything. Until today, we still able to fulfill ourselves as a nation. So at the end of the day, you ask yourself, why is government investing a huge amount of money in agriculture? Very recently, Alex Lorenz-Kuma, you are part of the journalists who covered the fertilizer distribution where the government then count, where they distribute for farmers nationwide. You will ask yourself this question. Now they don't distribute fertilizers, and government they give money on seedlings and they give money to farmers. Now, the farmers' organizations where government they give money, what now the monitoring will government they play for ensure that some of these organizations then they do exactly what the government want. We are in at the end of the day. If you get over 300, 400, 500 farmer organization, and like what you're saying, they get over 4,000 who we are aware of in Terrible. If all those organizations, then they come together for produce rice. If you get like 1,000 they produce rice, at a large quantity, you get 1,000 they produce other produce, Alex. It go better for we than we rely on imports. You see. But if that's not happening, then you begin a question, you say, where is this money going? At times, government they spend this money. This money they go direct to the organizations because now you know Sierra Leone have a culture. If you send 1 billion to a farmer organization, the accountant general way now get for sign, the accountant will now get for sign for release the fund, he go want to forget his own kickback. The director, when at the ministry, he said go want his own kickback. The minister, when they in charge as the political head, he said go want his own kickback. So till this money they reach to the farmer organization, virtually out of 1 billion, something like 500 million go there. So at the end of the day, that 500 million of farmer organization get how you expect that for let it bring waiting Sierra Leoneans they want. So we don't get proper money in the area of agriculture. So if the president want demonstrate that kind of leadership to ensure that people see agriculture as the mainstay of the economy, then the president should ensure that there should be people with sincerity for the monetary process. That's my own take.
All right, in name na salute to Jan Jallo, and I'm the managing editor for Times SL Newspaper. We don't give your side, you don't believe. But President Bio in farming, in symbolic harvesting way he go do. But I bring in Mr. Kamara. Ibrahim, we don't see different opinion. Don't listen to Mr. Jallo, and they also listen to. I take this particular side of this Awareness Times writer where it is commentators have opined that the president's action showcase his commitment to diversifying the economy of the land through agriculture. He feels say President Bioni harvest the diversified Salon economy.
No, first of all, a harvest not going to diversify Salon economy simply because what in harvest no, in fact, so they serve in family, just in family. So that harvest not able to diversify the economy. And for me, the particular harvest, for me, I call it a papi show. Now, just a way of papi showing. Because if the president had been serious with feeding Sierra Leoneans, you get the much trumpeted Tomabum. When this government bring that project, say, and millions of dollars have been poured into that project. But nothing not happen, nothing not commodity. The money they just eat and left both. So you cannot again turn around, you go put one backyard garden, then you feel say before begin the glad for that. No, you had the opportunity. Tomabom for don't go a long way for able help. You know you go be surprised if you let you know say first of all out of every 10 Sierra Leoneans, 9 they were food insecure. According to a recent report where the WFPB pulled, it tells you say 99% food insecure in Sierra Leone. So you imagine all of these monies, they millions of dollars into agriculture, but you know they see the impact. For me, right now, when you go on the market, you find out say with local produce, they're expensive past the one where they import. So I think it's time we begin hold people accountable. When we begin for hold people accountable, then possibly we begin for talk about agriculture.
But again, let's take you back to Mr. Jallo just come up from. He said that what President Bill do, it's not about. So compared to the example they make of Tomabum So and Feed Salon program, is it realistic, this Feed Salon?
For me, like I said, I think Feed Salon is far from being realistic. Because if a small project where possibly now just a small set the handler no fail woefully, I doubt we will get when they talk about national something. It's far from the reality. Now it is under this Feed Salon that we don't get 99% of Sierra Leoneans who food insecure. So it tells you now Sierra Leone, in fact, we're good at paper-based explanation. If agriculture, we take agriculture seriously, because agriculture gets a whole lot of money where they raise. For example, if you produce rice, where we able to fill salon and then export, they bring in income. But because we are not being serious, our leaders have not been serious. They don't say that they give this person money for deliver a certain project. The person not they deliver, and that person is not held accountable. Any other person can do the same thing. So until that time when we begin to hold people accountable for their actions, then we're not ready for growth as a nation.
All right, until that time, we all get to put hands together and support the government for CC we achieve food security in our salon. We will come to Night Watch later. We see what's next for President Bio after 2028. But now we go to the disaster. We see different newspaper carry stories focusing on the rescue team. You know, one gets to do with we don't see Marampai involvement, we don't see Gentle Group, and one of the things again we like dinner City Hunter, The Times, and Drone newspaper and that, even Salon Compass Carry and that. This thing unites people then. That division, that divisiveness between APC and SLPP, not Siam, and see APC and SLPP come together. And one of the posts we did before all this in Mohammed Gentle Kamara, we were able for like, you know, according to the stories and what they were able for unite the people them. First, let's look at the response. I'll come to Mr. Jallo. How you would describe the response? Because like Mr. Kama usually in the area, then they stay. So you can't tell me more, but I'll bring you Mr. Jallo. In terms of response, how you would describe the response so far, both government and private people, and before we even go to the causes of them building their own city, now people they recover more building them on social media.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Alex Lawrence. I think the timely intervention of the government, institutions, private individual business partners, like the Office of National Security, the National Disaster Management Office, alongside all our government entities and the vice presidents, Dr. Mohamed Jallo, Mohamed Gentle Kamara, and the Gentle Group of companies, some APC stalwart like Popular Medke, these guys, and even the Marapa mines, they've all played active role. And one good thing we happy for, Sierra Leone, when we're in a situation of distress, we can unite for see our best, really salvage the situation. Even though we can get to political differences, whenever we're in a situation of distress, we can come together, we can work as a family for see our best together. I think this kind of unity where I see APC and SAP team up together for undertake that kind of rescue mission. That is exactly the same spirit some of us would like to see during time of elections. Because we get the spirit that we are Sierra Leoneans, we are one people. We shouldn't kill ourselves because of elections. We shouldn't see ourselves as enemies just because we are going to an elections. I think it was a very good one. I have to commend them. I have to commend the Vice President in President's Day and in role he played, the active role he played. That was a very good one for any Vice President of a country where there is a disaster. You go there, you spend time there, hours, and so say people were rescued. You want the way not be die, and people pull them from under the rubbles and buildings them. And even like Mohamed Gentle Kamara. Mohamed Gentle Kamara, of course, we always say is an household name in the country. Mohamed Gentle Kamara don't do extremely well. He don't go for mayorship, he not succeed. But that don't stop us because he go for mayorship, he not succeed. So at the end of the day, if he thinks they go bad in the country, no, he always give his support. We dey see whenever there are problem of disaster, if the flooding take place, he will see Gentle, he will take him motor car them, he will take him machines them, he will do at his own cost. We government will get nothing. So he do extremely well. So we need to commend the people in the people like Merkede. Merkede at the eastern part of Freetown. He has lots of people that they don't believe in now. What you like that's happy? Merkede was out there. He gave people land, he did now. For going and rescue people there, some of them will not be die and pull them. So these are things that we Sierra Leoneans we need for the appreciate people the way they do things them, when are good things them for young people them. But what we need for do as a nation, the mitigating factors way for address some of them here, the government is for stand firm. Because now if you watch the building, how the building collapsed, people they tell you see there was poor engineering, the contractor not do well, and so many other things. And as we talk now, there's another building, whatever you close on the side, being put up. And you have the Ministry of Lands, the DC, the Environment Ministry, they are there, the DC. All the other state actors, they were responsible for take actions. They will not take actions, and they will allow that building to come up. At the end of the day, when it causes another disaster, if forever, they will come do rescue mission. But not all the time before they prepare for rescue mission. There are times, let's prevent this problem from happening. As we talk now, Alex, if you go under old railway line, there's a bridge under old railway line. The old railway line.
Yeah.
If you go under that bridge, you go see people in there, then they live there, they get houses, then they live the comfortable one. But when you watch under the bridge, you go agree with me, see, this na a death trap we have. Tomorrow, when disaster will occur there, and the same government go anchor for save life. But now, then see say, this na a death trap, that place na a death trap, for let people, even they live under that bridge there.
Even I believe say that place, even they need for the soil analysis.
Yeah.
Because the host the eng,
yes.
Over the gutter, where
so
anything can happen.
A lot of things that they happen.
Yeah.
When you come out from St. John, they go to that side, you watch that side, all railway line.
But Mr. Kamara, you yourself don't know that place, just very close to yours, the incident happened. You don't see this also before. But so far the response, how you would describe both government and private sector response?
Okay, thank you once again. Before I come to the response, I think at this, when we come to why we defend ourselves in any kind of situation there are, because this automatically not a situation where we look for defend ourselves as a country. You know, me brother they talk about state actors who are responsible for act. Definitely. I think what's not happen over the years now, corruption, greed, and regulatory failures now they lead to waiting with the face to as a nation. You see, this is not the first building we don't collapse. I think if I can remember of recent, it's about 8 we are the member say don't collapse. And we can't continue as a nation for say every time we wait something happen, then we begin take action. You know, I think for the move away from that, people are being given responsibilities. I think they should act. The Ministry of Lands, they are responsible to give out these lands. And that place, for example, they always take place in a shell. Now, doti them the two and now runway, now water place. So the ministry knew all of this, and then they gave out the land. So I think that is a failure on the part of the ministry. And also you get building inspectors. You go be surprised for no say almost all the major construction where they take place. You don't have inspectors going there, because if inspector them don't go to that place where them be the bill, definitely nobody know for inhabits that place there. But because of the small money that they give, the brown envelope, they prefer to risk the life of Sierra Leoneans, the lives of people. Because if actually the people are way them taxed with the responsibility for act, they really act, we know for defend themselves in this position. Then we coming to the response. You know, like you said just now, I mean area and I stay very close to the place. When it happened, now me make the calls. If I this me brother, now I call for give me NDM the number. Now me call, then come. And if I call, it take about over 1 hour 30 minutes. Nobody no come. I did it until one private sector machinery become now from Texaco, I think something logistics becomes a machinery. At the time, NDM still carry it. And then come also, if I now say the machine them bring can able for upgrade Siana, because the kind of way the building there, the place they able to take machine down there. Not until we gentle become, bring your own machine then, they're able for come inside be able for coordinate. But I think like what me brother BDC, we always don't get this culture of unity among ourselves. It's only the politicians that then they divide we. But I think the situation we see, we the wish say it continue. We don't want a situation where we're going to feel divided. You have nobody not look for party and that. Nobody not look for color. Everybody just focus on rescue efforts. You get Gentle, we believe in one of the leaders of the efforts. You get so many others, the Marampa mines, the Medicase. You have the deputy mayor, in fact, was there. So then the vice president also was there. All of this, I think, an example in the show. Let we continue. Let not tap there. Let not tap there. This unity, we don't see and that. We let continue. But for me, I don't think it is okay for we always as Sierra Leoneans would talk about response. Let us be proactive rather than reactive. Lord not say because when this don't happen, they will come act. No, we for don't prevent most of the things that already happen. They are preventable, but because those who are charged with the responsibility, not they perform, then we find ourselves in this position.
Apart from the private sector involvement and NDMA, how you would describe the stakeholders within government, their own response so far in terms of showing more interest into this? For example, I see the president tweet, he sent a message of condolence to the TAP, the other day or so, in the country about because of time difference and all that. Well, I see again another civil society activist, Ibrahim Sori, where tweets again the question the president, this disaster up with all of the country and all that. So generally, how did you look at government stakeholders' response? You understand? Because the presence of some people can also create an impact.
No, definitely. I think the vice president in Gowan at the place now be a morale booster for the people. I think he's able for send a whole lot of message. But for me, I don't want to talk about this response. I hate this word response because these are situations where we don't prevent. Make no mistake, we still have people under the building we collapse. We turn out the neighbor for bullets. These situations was so glaring, and people were passing there. These government authorities were seeing the construction. They never raised an eye until it don't happen. Everybody want for champion. I think for me, I'm always giving praises to the private sector because it is not their business, but they left all what they are doing. They get their business, they continue for do their business, but then come just for help.
And government not get the capacity.
But government has the bulk of the blame in this. Government not get the capacity. So the best you can do prevent some of these things. Those, like I tell you, just in initial statements, until people are held accountable for their actions, then we know they go as a nation.
Mr. Jallo, we don't see this cry by the city council from particularly the mayor, where they say the council not get the power for the license, building permits and other things that we get to do with buildings at this country, so that the ministry they do them, and they not get that collaboration between them. What's the problem? Is it now time for complaint or time for law? Everybody just sit on one table and find a single solution.
The problem, we get so many institutions established by governments doing the same functions. During the days of the APC, these were things we Mr. Salvador raised. You can't have an institution, you get, during the days of the APC, you get the Environmental Protection Agency, you get the National Protection Area Authority, and you have all these institutions, and they are part of their own core models, then they do the same job. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now, take for instance, Ministry of Lands is in charge of land management, and then they in charge for even distribute and give landing permits for any Sao people want me. And City Council also said they tell you they say they give landing permits. You understand? Mm-hmm. They give permit, building permits rather what they say landing permit. Then they say they say building permits. So what's in government's need for though? Is it to create so many institutions doing interrelated functions? It makes no sense, my dear brother. In fact, just wastage of resources. You're creating jobs for people. At the end of the day, the people they're not able to do the job. So those monies, you should use those monies, put them somewhere else where you go beef up the country. Now, if you have an institution, say, this institution for the in charge of building permits, let that institution take that responsibility. Anything go wrong along that side, that institution should be culpable. But we are facing a situation in Israel. People don't want to take responsibility. And it's just because maybe Sierra Leoneans they not take the challenge for beginning to take the government to court on some of them.
Where is that judiciary?
No, listen, wait, listen.
Yeah.
That is happening in Ghana and other countries.
It's happening.
It happens
because they have a judiciary.
Because there are things that the government for ensure say it do for the people of this country. Not one. You as citizen, you have to take the government to court. Because at the end of the day, it is our rights as citizens for benefit from certain social amenities the way the government forever provide.
Okay.
So if you as a government, you for ensure say there is a law, not allow person for bill, by the right of way. And here you see SLRS don't put the structures and people will go there, they will construct buildings
and you see this
there.
particular
Wait. They will construct buildings there and nobody else will question. If somebody from like the institution in charge go there for question, then go tell you say the person who they put up that building has connection from state.
And
the problem is we have leadership crisis in managing situation in the country. Take for instance, go to the Aberdeen Creek. So many houses have been built in those areas. And Sierra Leone don't go sign a convention, what they call the Ramsar Convention, for protect the areas they need. You understand? I think that was in 1974 or 78. I don't remember. They call it the Ramsar Convention that was signed in Iran for protect the areas.
Yes.
And those areas, they are considered to be breeding grounds for species. Today, species not able to Canada inside they can't build again because they've built houses in all those areas. And when flooding comes, these are some of the houses where they affect. And government see them, then they look some of these things, nationally go on. The same thing applies to what's happening to Nashel.
So that if Nashel, when I work for one radio station, I do the same story. Maybe dirty works.
Definitely.
When I go, the community people then call me at that time, I do the story. There is because power always they put it so. And the mommy say anything like that. They begin to land at the former government. You know, they say orders from above. Then how they remove orders from above. Now again, I get saying from State House. Even me own place where they go broker, may you go to one director, one post, big post, and Minister of Land. It's not the president give the order. Later a while, they say no, on a private company. Yeah. So now again, look at the use of leaders like the president. For example, the APC team after the president, would have been so powerful. Then we go now at the first lady, the vice president. You get the chief minister. APC team after and then they make it so powerful. And so everybody go judge at the power. Now that's from above, you know. So but now I don't give the situation where they call the wife of the president. I don't see a situation they send at the chief minister. I don't see a situation they send at the vice president. You get such a set of business people where they go do something, they send at the vice president. Now involve, now send them. So the use of leaders, their name, for a lot of people they do bad. Again, what are the measures and way president them or possibly minister or government for put in place for address all in there? The county for Mr. Kamadi.
I think as a country, we need strong institutions. The time we get strong institutions, then we are ready to go. Because we say we get strong institutions, this issue of na the passing, na the mamisi, or na this imposing, you know, the work. Because the people, the institutions, they follow what the law say. But here in Sierra Leone, I talk on one program, I say Sierra Leone, we are governed by the rule of men and not the rule of law. The law can be it can be applied to a certain set, whilst the same law cannot be applied to the other. You can be guilty of this part for breaking this particular law. Another person might not be might be found not guilty. So it only happen, and I think it's time we get very strong institutions. This issue of the others, the Mami said, the passé, you know, the work if we have strong institutions. So that is why I said, I think the whole blame is on the government, because now they get the bulk of the blame. Like these disasters where they happen, you know, they just happen overnight. Nothing now, you know, if it gets starting point, stay to boiling point. Now you get, for example, you talk of the issue of substandard materials, building materials. Who said in the past renting there? Now the key. And the Wataki and inside Wataki you get a standards bureau office. Where by right they're supposed to check those things coming in. Because sometimes they don't pass, give a small thing, they don't care. You check all of those shops. I don't. In fact, as I know they say a private company they broke the law. You have the minister becoming the PRO for that company. Yes, we have so many instances.
And that right now with the Consumer Protection Agency. So they go take action and the ministry calls it.
This is the problem we are having. I think it's a call for we all put the country first. Don't forget about we selfish. Yeah, nobody not go say you know go eat. But at the expense of the lives of Sierra Leoneans, it's terrible. For me, we get very strong institutions rather than we make individuals powerful.
Mr. Jallo, you believe in strong institutions, or if you see go work in a salon for get strong institution than individual when politicians may seek out to vote?
Sierra Leone constitutions no guarantee for all the strong institutions. Because I think is it section 70 or the 1991 constitution which gives the president the enormous powers for make appointments. Because everybody wants to satisfy the president. Even in their area of discharge, for ensuring the right thing is being done, people are afraid to do what is right. Take for instance, even the police, the IG, the head of the police. There is no way the police boss will do his job independently.
Yes.
Where he gets no say. He gets connection or something related to the office of the president. He will not.
Definitely.
So we are faced with a situation. This is not what we don't see over the years. If you want institution to work independently, that some of the powers given to the president, we have to remove them. You have to remove some of these powers. I used to say this during the days of Anis by Kuruma. When you have a system wherein every appointment is being done by the president, what do you expect those appointed to do? What do you expect them to do? There are cases people will be afraid for even discharging duty because at the end of the day, they don't want to step on the toes of the president. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. This is the situation we Sierra Leone face. We have certain appointments then. You can set up institutions or organizations like the interreligious councils, the civil society, you blend them, they nominate somebody with international, with integrity to man certain offices.
We look like the tripartite.
Now they say you nominate somebody with integrity to manage certain offices or departments. But when you have a situation where the president is the one that is going to hire and fire, and that is what the Constitution says. I think Section 70, it gives the president the powers to do all those appointments. So in a situation where the president appoints, people are afraid for even do their job independently. So this comes to the issue of people putting buildings or structures where they're not for put an aside or for put. If somebody that is very close to the power that be, a buy land at the inside and they want put be, who is the director of lands to question that person? Tell me who are you as director, or tell me who are you from the disaster management office to question that person to put that building up. So you see the problem we are faced with. The institutions then they are not empowered to work independently because politics don't cloud the entire thing. So the day where they begin get a situation wherein some of the powers given to the president being reduced, so that people will begin to see themselves doing their job independently and for the masses of this country, then Sierra Leone will move forward. Now take for instance, Dubai not been developed. What's in developed Dubai? Not leadership. Not good leadership. The America who they wash for Gosu, now lost them, now in the work day.
Rule of law.
Now lost the work day.
It's not rule of men.
Everything works there and the laws. They have laws. You don't go up, you don't go against their laws. And Sierra Leoneans, when they out, will they obey? Sierra Leoneans will obey when they out. Will they obey? Now laws then they operate in their countries and they
lawless.
Yes. So we need to get a situation wherein some of these things has to be addressed. Otherwise, I don't see.
I think just in line with that lawlessness. Now here they see Monday America, every document to get the door license where they can sell them for 8 months. You know, license Motuka. no get national ID card, no get but Sierra Leone no, but no get mind to another man country. And that again lead me to the powers of the president. So somebody will tell me say the former president and his command review they do, constitutional review. We then don't know we then go present the document. I say they don't reduce the powers of the president. We are short state stall that process, which it's not done it.
No, well,
so what's how they adopt?
Well, you see, during the days of the review, some of the concerns raised by the opposition then, which was the SLPP, they were a good concerns then. One, for reduce the presidency name from Supreme Executive Authority to that of Chief Executive Officer. But the APC at the time, they said you cannot reduce the president from Supreme Executive Authority to Chief Executive Officer because you have people appointed in offices as Chief Executive Officer. But what two people fail to realize? The president is just a servant of the nation. He's just a servant. When it comes to international politics, when it comes to democratic politics, you, the citizens, you are the boss. Because when the president ready, and they go campaign you for let you vote for her. Now you vote then, and you vote make her for let me president. You dey see when they're in time for election, the president they go now all corners just for let go ask for your vote. That tells you are the boss. You understand? So what you want to see now a situation we are in, citizens them their rights, not for me to trample upon. Citizens for enjoy their rights.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, the right where citizens them for enjoy, we foresee and say now a right which for benefit everybody.
All right.
You know for the for a specific class of people.
Now right to for benefit everybody. Now the advocacy that the way they make the program now Liberty Online TV newspaper review they come to you from Liberty Online TV. Now 1 hour program every Friday, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We get Master Sabi people and I so we don't in the newspaper field. We get for the camp for talk on different issues where they happen at the newspaper every week. Now we go to another issue. We get to do with SLRS. Don't be a talking point. Last week we discussed and I had SLRS continue for appear at different newspapers, whether be for corruption allegation, for failure for implement strategy or provide license to people. For example, Times SL gets 12 billion old loans in limbo at SLRS. You get Salon Compass on SLRS again. SLRS boss undermines PAC's authority. You also get drone newspaper. We get with 12 billion unaccounted for at SLRS. Smart Senesi faces huge criticism from the public. Let's start with him because, like I said the last time, now you don't continue for the talk around SLRS. And safety is also in line with what we talk so. And although just this and just another institution was supposed to look at the safety aspect, but safety, we don't see road crash continue to be a concern for this country, even though we don't manage to get good roads in the past few years. But still, we experience road crash, we experience overspeeding, motor car they use, drive with license and all that. What's actually wrong at SLRS? The fact that they continue for appear at the public for different things, now not only for the likes of people they raise, but now also for corruption.
First of all, I think SLRS they go through leadership crisis. When you have incompetent people put in certain places, then that is the result we are getting. You know, last Tuesday the SLRS boss meeting at the government press briefing, although unfortunately I not be getting the opportunity, I not be giving the opportunity for us because I went there purposely for him. But I asked him so many questions. One of the questions now the rate of accident. You will be shocked for no say accident rates now the third highest cause of death in Salon. And all of that they are attributed to weak poor leadership because SLRS gets what you call they get them train vehicles them where if them get them meet between every side you go you see vehicles parked all the streets even where they drive down the highway you see vehicles parked everywhere and these vehicles they're stationary vehicles they have and then they cause most of the accidents. Don't say you drive and then you know by the time you remember you don't go inside it. So all of this And SLRS get a mandate for ensure so we hold them safe, but they are not doing it. Them vehicles anyway will be there for tow. Now they are being used for other purposes. They are not used for tow vehicles there anymore. So now it gets the issue of the license self. The license, of course, they don't begin old money now. As at this week, they don't begin old money for license. But the problem now is people that don't pay before they stop for produce. The leadership, they say therefore pay the difference, and it they happen in law. The people that don't pay before you bring this law, we make increment. So you can't force them to pay again.
This increment is illegal because Parliament will tell them for.
No, but Parliament don't give them the go ahead. Now Parliament give them now the go ahead. We make them make the increment. Now, if they don't make the increment, it means it don't become law. But the one that we don't pay before this increment, then the institution get right for giving the license, but the leadership they say no, then for pay the difference. You can't operate as like that. You know, so many issues around SLRS. Now we talk of this corruption. This get for do actually with income tax, we are NIA money. Now the systems operators play this game. Now you have operators because by the Finance Act, I think 2023 or so, Finance Act, a give mandate for every license we SLRS give out, NRA gets a percentage out of that license day. And that percentage day, they go straight to NRA account. But then the NRA then be contract a private sector, a private company for let them go to pay that money to them. But what in the bubble then they do, then guys are where the ACC they investigate. And the fact is, when they go pay money, they know they make a leg reflect, then the only money they know they put up for leg reflect, then they reduce the system to zero so that when you pay, you know they reflect. I think that this way, autospec in fact pick them up because themselves responsible for vehicle license and other things. They pick them up, then the Reverend, the head of SLRS, call ACC.
Okay.
You call ACC for can investigate. Okay, so this now, just by the way, this the issue of the 12 billion or so we missing. It's now NRA money, not to the institutional money. NRA money, the money not they even go now. They not go now at the account of the SLRS.
Well, we will continue.
Now you have you have the issue of him undermining the authority of PSC. Now recently we are at the PSC we discover I think Union Trust Bank or so, together with some people, some of their staff, collude for letting defraud the institution of 460 something million.
What they asking for payback?
Yes, what they asking for payback. Now the park also will go further for the certain penalties to some of the staffs. We they recommend for let them get them suspended and be demoted. Here, as we are speaking, that action they not take it. They not take the action because the people who are involved are the main men of the head. So he doesn't take action. He's trying to protect. Now,
they compromise for some people.
They compromise for some people. You have the cases are so much. You get the issue of that right-hand drive where there is a policy, a clear policy that you don't register them. People registered a right-hand drive vehicle, and a committee was set up. They were found wanting. They were recommended for dismissal. Nothing happened because those people are his blue-eyed men. So I think that is where poor leadership come in. You cannot have laws operating for certain sects, whilst they operate differently for another sect.
Right.
This is why in Sierra Leone we need for.
We continue for follow up Dande. Quickly, Mr. Jallo. Let's wrap up with this one. We get to do with Night Watch. What's next for BO after 2028? He highlights so many things. He talked about BO. The writer talked about BO. He talked about inconsistency. Get for on time. Talk about in corruption campaign with the focus on political particularly the opposition, get for one time. Talk about few other things. And from your own take, in a minute, what's next for President Bio after 2020?
Now you talk of life after presidency.
Yes.
After 2020, the president maybe himself go on for get a quiet and private life like former President Ernest Bai Koroma, where he go get from Musidona in village and try for see how best he go manage in your life for remove himself from the stress of this country. Because when he be president of any nation of this country, where you don't touch stress, take it down. So not so easy something for him really. But on the other hand, like the writer they say, what next for President Bio? Don't forget, as president, you stop on so many tools. Friends, then they way you don't anger to the extent that they decide for part company with you and part ways with you. And during the period we're not for be president again, you will need some of these people back. So again for me a time of reflection. And Escobar faced a similar situation. When he was president, he was so powerful. And today, and Escobar regrets certain decisions that we take. We are not good decisions. We are not decisions that was in the interest of the country. But because of one or two influence that we get, it takes some decision that even when have been wrong decision. And today, when they face the crucifixion, these are the same people who they crucify, who they say bad things about them. So I think President Bio for learn from the mistakes of Ernest Bai Koroma. As president of this country, you're not going to do it forever. If you didn't serve for 20 years, you can't be for dog. So you just for make sure, see, some of the mistakes that the former President Kuma make, we delicate and Kuma said, he regrets on some of the mistakes them. If they try for correct them wrongs then as president. Right, but we know they see in the correct them wrongs then. So when they see in the way himself deep.
Mr. Kama.
So at the end of the day, I will get himself problem.
In 10 seconds, Bill, I would describe my retirement. 10 seconds.
Well, that one, a retirement will be that of turbulence, based on how he don't conduct himself as a president. Like my brother BDC, what we leaders and they fail for realize that the fact power is not forever, or not in all the way they last forever. These guys they behave in a way where they feel say way than they will be there forever, and it doesn't work like that. You know, Ernest Koma himself, which I did right now, you get certain decisions the way we take. Like my brother said just now, but we sadly have a situation where the current president, they learn from their mistakes then I think they make things worse. So for me, a retirement will be that of turbulence.
Well, I tell you, I say, you can always give me what I go with. So today, give me say, Bio in retirement will get turbulence. And we pray say, you don't experience turbulence, you go know what he mean. Plenty thank you to the team this afternoon. I want to say plenty thank you to Salio, to Jan Jallo, the managing editor for Times SL Newspaper, and Ibrahim Alusan Kamara, our managing editor for Salon Compass Newspaper, who don't join me this afternoon for discussing some of the issues where come out in the newspaper then for this week. May don't be Alex Lawrence Koma, they present this program. They ask you for continue for listening to Liberty, continue for watch Liberty, continue for follow Liberty, and continue for tell people about Liberty online TV. Liberty Day for the people, and now the voice of the people. You not get voice, just come na Battle Street. You will give voice for make it talk as long as it is within the laws of this country. Until then, get yourself a blessed weekend and possibly go meet at the different chilling points and get some fun at the weekend. Until then, get yourself a blessed weekend.
Plenty things can happen at the country where the news can capture from politics, the economy, and other human interest issues them. Some of them issues can take inside different newspaper them during the week. This make Liberty Online Television. They bring you the Liberty Newspaper Review. Inside this program, we go bring analysts them for look at the most trending topic them inside the newspaper for the week and analyze them for make sense to the public. This will be every Friday, 12 o'clock afternoon on Liberty Television. Watch out for Liberty Newspaper Review.